And it comes from a lot of suppression or holding back, or we don't breathing proper way, and the CO2 can stay in the system. It's a gas system, and when it stays in the system, it's creating sick energy. It's a gas system, So we know like wet wind, wet, humid, and the like and change into like itchy, hot, fresh kind of energy. That wind, okay. And so the Tao believe that all these things is the good wind don't flow. So the wind flow, qi flow, blood flow. So the blood carry oxygen, nutrition, immune system, and repair cells or stem cells. So when the energy flow, everything good. When the energy started to block or slow, or the circulation of the blood flow, now is all the sick wind, or we call sick energy, started to accumulate and creating more wind. Humans have a very complicating circulation. Hello? Humans have a very, very complicating circulation. So our blood system is very big. The same thing like lymphatic system, circulation system is very big. So when we breathe in the air system, the breathing system also very complicated. And it go in, and all these gas, or we call oxygen, is all go into the blood system. So the sick wind always going to block the blood circulation. And so when we are working on we call the wind, so it's the combination of the poise that we do. Actually is the power system. So the circulation, lymphatic system, they always go together. And so the lymph system also, like in the aorta, vena cava, they're all in the between of the lymph system in the between. So all involved with the abdominal area. And that is the only place we can touch. So the whole, we call the whole new organ is number 79 organs. It's it's the whole abdominal area. And they link all the digestion, absorption, elimination in together and controlled by this we call a mesentery, the brain, the mesentery. So this is the big discovery in recent, and they discovered that all of them is in the abdominal area. So 100 years, they already say this abdominal brain, and that's 100 years ago they discovered that a abdominal brain. So their book and I think talking about the abdominal brain. Okay, and their nervous system. Okay. So what we going to what you learn this is nearly improved so much in this Nei Tsang 2. This is the first time we published the teaching in the Nei Tsang 2 that improved tremendous, simple, easy, you understand very quick. And all the wind is involved with the pulse. It's all go along back and forth in the pulse. And we have the so we have aorta pulse and vena cava pulse. They are identical, they are the same. So that's so my master, that is more than 50 years ago when he told me that all the more than, yeah, he said all the problem that he's going to creating from us is the vena cava, the blue blood. So the whole abdominal, the intestine, last intestine, digestion, all involved with the whole thing that we're working on. So the circulation of the red blood and the circulation of the blue blood. Are strongly and very, very affecting by the emotional. Also, weather change too much, also affecting us. Food, also, a lot of if we don't if we don't take care of the food eating, also affecting so much about our the whole blood circulation system. So everybody know that stress and emotional cause sickness. So when you are interested in doing this thing, very important part, you must advise people to learn the inner mind and seeking self. Because this sickness is going to come back and come back like that. If we don't take care of their emotional, the food emotional, and the food and emotional. So that's why all the basic thing we learn, and the Nei Tsang, that one that we learn, is in a series of practice that people, that you should know. Grounding is very important. So you see, we do the practice already. Like you do the practice. The important part is the feet and the palm. We said the palm and the soul, they connect. So when you stand in a shoulder width, and when you press your feet and you press your feet down to the ground, press it. And your toes slightly crawl. You feel the bubble spring. The bubble spring is the same thing, same hole like this. Okay. It's very important part you know that, because this is the bubble spring, okay, and this is the palm. Now the bubble spring, we say, is connecting to the ground. Palm and the bubble spring are connect. So when you can do the breathing, okay, and so when you crawl the feet, first thing, you press the feet to the ground and lightly crawl. Now you are connecting with the earth, and at the same time you also feel your soul and the palm have connection. So when you inhale, when you exhale, you are pressing a little bit to the ground, your feet, but your toes slightly crawl. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you feel your palm and fingers have connecting to the toe and sole of the feet, and when you're breathing in, you make a connection. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Because the important part of this chasing the wind is you have to able to guide the wind and down to the earth. We say sick wind. It always it start from the body and it like to stay in the body. So you don't guide them down properly. They want to stay here. They don't want to get out. They don't know unknown world. So once you get it, sometimes you just do this. It's very simple. Cross your feet and feel your palm and soul are connected. And when you spiral, we always say the counterclockwise, mean from here spiral to the left. Spiral to the left and to the right. Okay? From left to right, we call counterclockwise. So when you feel that, when you move like this, and you feel that you talk to the sick energy and say, hey, you have to be diplomat a little bit, diplomatic, Six wind have conscious because it stay in our body. Wet, itchy, hot, this kind of energy, they're part of our energy. So when you spiral, and if you feel that it's following you, and you talk to them that I'm going to take you to a promised land, the land that you're going to like it. That is the earth. They're supposed to be there. Because the earth can compose them and change them. But you have to be spiral and you feel, hey, they are following me. You feel from your palm. You feel from your palm. If you do this thing very well, the sick energy get out. Otherwise, sometimes sick energy come to you. They leave the body. They have no way to get out, so they come to you. So you have to, like last week we talked about, you have to ground it, or so you go down, touch the ground, or send to a tree. You have to understand sick energy is real. And that's why it makes us sick, It's real. If you treat them, respect them, and talk to them nicely, and you bring them out. You have to train this very simple and feel that, hey, you feel the soul and your palm have connection, and you feel you have chi, like the 5 finger Kung Fu. We're going to learn that more detailed today, this week. So this energy, you have energy, okay? You have chi, okay? They cannot come to you. So when you practice this, very simple. Every day, few minutes, that's it. Feel your soul and feet and the bubble spring connecting with the earth and your palm. So when you feel that, sometimes it's hold and breathe. Now, when you spiral on the sick energy and talk to them, and when they follow you and they believe you, and you say, out, you bring them out and you send it right down from the palm and finger, send it right down to the earth. So this is very important. So all the technique that I'm going to show you is technique, okay? And the technique, yes, help a lot, but you bringing the sick energy, and finally you have to bring them out to the ground. So remember this picture. Yeah, the earth, the tree, the river. River means floating, flow. It's so good, If you get close to a river, sometimes, put your feet on the river or put your hand, or eventually you have a connection and you can send them to your mind. The same thing like the earth. Once you feel that, it's very easy, you can send the sick energy to the earth. You can send the sick energy into the tree. And in your treatment room or your working room, you have a tree also help. A tree, it's about this tall, a real tree, and there you can bring the sick energy into it. So now we use a lot of elbow technique. And when you also, so the elbow, and we do a lot of elbow and pumping technique. Basically, you can count the pumping. It's about 30 or 60. That's it, about 30 or 60. So when you're going to finish your spiral and you twist your finger a little bit, and you feel the sick energy come up, it come on the skin. It don't go into your body. It come on the skin, and you project them down to the ground. Very important, ground or the tree or the river. So there are a few techniques that we use, like the elbow, like the wrist here, press, or we call the chi knife, pressing down this way. So we use the same pumping technique in the beginning that we do on the Nei Tsang one. But this week we emphasize in the opening of the navel. It's just like a war fighting. There are sick energy and good energy. And they're always fighting a space. And that is the solar plexus and navel area. But the major part they're fighting is the abdominal area in the navel area. Okay. If the sick energy occupy, we call the navel area, all the sick energy should stay. And now the sick, the wet, the itchy, the hot, fresh energy is just accumulate. They just build up more and more in this abdominal area. So the first thing that we want to do is the we call a pumping system. You have to pump on the abdominal area and make it bigger. And after that, we're going to be pull the whole abdominal bigger because it's a ring. It's a ring under there. So we have elbow, the wrist, we call the chi knife method, okay, and the palm, and the two thumb, and the knuckle. And we have a new procedure of doing we call a pakwa. So we're opening the navel, and after that we're stretching the navel out because it's a ring. So when the ring is so tight, it pulls everything in. And it pulls all the energy into the center. And so people very tension, very tight because this area has so much sick energy stay there. So you see here so when we working on, you are working all into the eight direction. In the basic one, we work right in the navel, and now we expand it out into the 8 direction, 8 pakwa. So and you see here, all the vital organs is all in this abdominal around the navel area. So right under the sternum is a heart point. Below there is the pericardium, the heart constriction. In the on the right side, going down, there is the liver and gallbladder. And below there on the right hand side, there is the lung. And you have from the center, the heart, and you go to the left side, and there is the stomach. And the pericardium. I'm not the triple warmer, the triple warmer, and the spleen, and the lung. Okay, and the spleen in this in this Nei Tsang 2 is always in the center also, always in the center, the spleen. And we have lung, and we have large intestine and small intestine. Kidney is on both sides here, on the navel here. Both sides. It's long, it's from here extended down and go this way. And when you work on this, it affects so much in the scalp, in the head. And connecting to the meridian system in the body. Okay, so let's do this part. So the opening the navel,